And oops, sorry, something popped up.
Yeah, we just recorded because get ready for our YouTube. We're going to have a recorded version in the YouTube channel. So yeah, let's continue. Yeah, and your friends call you Lily.
Yeah, my friends and my lecturers at my University of Hertfordshire, they call me Lily. I graduated in 2019, September 2019, and my major was TESOL, teaching English for to speakers of other languages, and it was an amazing experience.
Right. So let's talk about the TESOL course. Like, what do you learn about it? Like, is it just learn to teach or learn about English? So what's about the course?
Well, the course I took was master's. It was a degree, a master's degrees in TESOL. When I was in UH, I experienced a lot of different modules. Some of them were very theoretical, but others were very practical. And my favorite, it's the practical one. We have a module called Teaching Practice 1 and Teaching Practice 2, which lasts for about 3 months each, semester 1 and semester 2. A and B, yeah, they call them ABC. So we were practicing as teachers, and we have students, voluntary base actually. The students, they volunteer to be the students in our class for us to practice, and they are international students coming from all over the globe, but most of them are Europe based. And we got the chance to practice our teaching skills, and our lecturers, they were there was Miss Gwyneth, Miss that Mary, and Liz. They were very supportive of us, and when we were teaching, they gave us feedbacks and comments. They also filmed every single time. They record every single time we taught, just for us to rewatch it and try to improve ourselves. And yeah, and we also have we have to read a lot because it's master's level, so we have to read a lot. A lot of it was very theoretical. I would say that it's not my strength, but honestly, I learned a lot from it. And I also think that others who would, would like to go to the UK and experience TESOL courses there, no matter what levels that it could be, bachelor's or master's or even just a short course. I would definitely support that decisions, because I believe that they would learn a lot from that experience.
I see. And what's about you just said it's also theoretical as well, and you also need to practice as well. So my question is, what's about your assignment? How it look like? Well, because of me myself, I based on business or marketing, so we just do the assignment. We don't really have like practice, so we don't need to pitch or do something in front of the professor. So my question is, how it look like when you need to do the assignments? So how it look like?
Well, honestly, we had a lot of assignments, and we had to do a lot of reading.
You're not gonna lie, right?
Yeah. And most of the assignments were essay questions.
I see.
It was essay questions and critiques. We have to do critiques of authors, those who write literatures about teaching in general. Yeah, we have to do a lot of them. I think we have assignments. I think for every module we have 2 assignments, and we have 4 to 5 modules each semester. So in total, we have about 8 to 10 assignments, and each assignment it's required to 2,500, 2,500 words.
I see. Yeah. That's a lot, isn't it? But
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, what do you mean by like practice as well? Like some session you have to teaching and then the record. So is that like how many percent of the practice? Like is it a lot, like half or 30%? What how many models or practice teaching that you have to do?
Just for the module called Teaching Practice 1 and Teaching
Mhm.
Practice 2, only those two models that we get the chance to practice. And luckily for that one, we don't have any assignments besides the teaching and the lesson preparing. That was it. And the rest, we have to do essays for the rest. And each
Mhm.
model, I didn't remember exactly how many credits they account for, but they account for an equal amount of credits. I remember 15 credits.
I see. Right. So we can leave the link below about the TESOL's detail. But by the way, about the teaching, is the size of the classroom is big or it is small? So what is your environment there in UH or University of Hertfordshire in your TESOL course? Like, is it big or 100 students or is it small amount student in the class? How's it like?
Um, I studied in a class that is very small. It's very
Mhm.
small, and it's like sometimes I feel like it's more like tutoring because it was so small. But I was so lucky that I got a chance to be in such a small classroom because our lecturers were very passionate and very devoted to each and one of us, and
Mhm.
we really felt like we were being taken after in a very passionate and just a very loving way. I don't know how to put it correctly, but yeah, I felt very welcome when I was there. It was a very small group, but a very diverse group. Me and my best friend, we were but from Vietnam, and we have two other cohorts from the UK. We have a girl, a very smart girl from America, and a very active and funny girl from Colombia. Her name is Anna.
I
So we
see.
got people coming from all over the globe, from America, from Europe, from Asia. Oh, we also have a girl named Pranitha. She's from India. So a very small yet diverse group. Before the school, it's really big. So it has a lot of majors and I've seen a lot of activities, a lot of clubs. When I walked outside, always, people walking together, doing something together. It's very diverse and dynamic.
I see. It made me feel like I would like to enroll in a academic course. Right. So my question is do you know the course called linguistic? Because I have the question from the students as well. Like, TESOL is all about teaching English for people those who not use English as a first language. Or was about all like how it's different from other course. I'm not sure, did you do the research before you choose the TESOL? Like they have like some kind of the course like looks similar, for example, like linguistic or teaching or education course. So have you ever compared with those courses?
Actually, I did. After, sorry, before choosing TESOL, I looked
Mhm.
through some of them that are related to my desired course. But honestly, I just looked through them very, quickly. I didn't really investigate them deeply. But from my experience, from what I've looked at, from my research, education is like when you study the principles of educating, which could be used for different subjects and for different subjects and for different students. Those theories could be applied for students of different ages, students of
Mhm.
different circumstances with different learning abilities.
Mhm.
Those are basic theories and could and if someone who is interested in becoming an educator, becoming an administrator of a school, or be in the administration board, they can take that course. But that course, it's not focused on the techniques on dealing with individuals, but the approach is broader. And for TESOL, yeah, it's basically teaching English, and we learned in very very small details of how to approach, how to talk with individuals. And for linguistics, they focus on more of like the I would for me, I would say that is like the scientific knowledge of language. Is they study the structures, they study how the language is formed, why it is formed like that, why it is used like that. And compare that to other languages, and they really understand the roots of the language. And and they kind of scratch a little bit on the surface of teaching. But yeah, it's like, I would say that it's more scientific from my perspective. I would say that.
I see. I see. So you will say TESOL is more like theoretical, and then you also have the practice as well. So it's kind of mixed and taught you how to teach properly, how to approach to the students. But when you practice teaching, you practice with your friends, your friends sit as the students, or you're teaching with the real students?
From my experience, when I was in UH, we organized classes, and the student volunteered to be in those classes. And those students are international students. At UH, we have students we have exchange students. We have students from abroad. We have students join all kinds of courses, and some of
Lily, I think I lost you, Lily.
Can you hear me now? I think
All
I
right,
just
I
lost
can hear you
connection.
now. No worry, because you sit by the beach.
Okay.
Right, so, let's go back to the students, those who volunteer to become as more students. So
they are international students. At UH, we have different courses. Some of them are exchange students, so they go to US for 6 months, and then they go back to the country. And some of them are doing their masters, just like I did. Some of them were doing their bachelor's degrees, and they from all across the globe. Some of them are Asians, and some of them are American. I had one student that was a Brazilian. And some of them from no, we haven't had any from Africa yet. I think we will. And some of them are European students.
I see. So may I ask, like, how do you feel like first time that you have to teach, like in front of like students, and then you have to teach, and like of course you have learned all of the theoretical, they told you how to approach, told you how to prepare, and your first time to teach as a practice, how do you feel, and then what do you find?
It was, to be honest, it was a little bit overwhelmed and scary, to be honest. Before taking the class, being a teacher, standing in front of those international students, we had to submit our lesson plans, and we have been preparing our lesson plans for days, and we got a lot of comments from our lecturer. This is not good. That is not good. And I remember my mind was like, I'm not sure if I was good enough to be there to teach the students, to help them improve their English. I'm not sure. So yeah, it was a little bit scary, but once I tried and I calmed myself. I did a little bit of meditation back then, to be honest, because I was quite nervous. But yeah, everything went pretty well, and I learned that I have to embrace it. I have to embrace the fact that I have to be the center and people are expecting to receive things from me. And yeah, I just try to, get used to that, being the facilitator for the students and being the help for the student.
I see. And you say you're a bit scared and nervous, but like first time that you teach, I mean practice. So may I ask, like, do you have any like teaching background before you joined the course?
I did. I had some teaching background, but it was part-time only. When I was at my uni, when I was doing my bachelor's, my major was international business. It wasn't related to teaching or English in any way. But it's just a coincidence that I want to make some money, so
Mhm.
um, I I apply for a teaching job. It's just a part-time job. I apply for it and I got the job, and I build a love for teaching English to
I see.
people in my country. And then I apply to do my master's at UH.
I see. So you don't have like in the term of the education background of teaching,
Yes,
but you
yes.
some like teaching experience, even though it's a part-time, but it is okay for you as well when you come to join the course. It's not that much culture shock for you to start over everything again, right?
Oh yeah. Um, no, I didn't experience any culture shock because I have a little bit of experience on that before I came to the UK. Even though that my academic background is not related to what I was doing, but but I think that people without the academic background of TESOL can still take the course.
I see. Like, for example, like your classmate, do you have like all the classmates, those who have no idea or don't have any like even like teaching background or academic background all about the education? So do you have that kind of classmate?
In my class, um, my Christine, she was from America. Her major was literature,
Mm-hmm.
and but her native language is English,
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of related a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And like Pranitha is from India, but her major wasn't. I remember her major was in teaching English as well. She did something else when she was doing her bachelor's. I don't remember exactly what it is, but yeah, we do have some students that didn't have her degrees in
Mm,
that field before they joined.
I see. So no matter you have or haven't, um University of Hertfordshire TESOL course also teach you from the beginning, am I right?
It wasn't from the beginning. It's like it's still like a continual of the TESOL bachelor's degree. It's still like a flow,
Mm-hmm.
but whenever we have a wondering, whenever we have like we need to go back a little bit, our lecturer always always willing to help us. And to be honest, a lot of the knowledge that we learn at our master's degree overlapped. Like honestly, a lot of them overlapped, and I think that what's new in masters is it's the critiques, that the critical thinking that we practice.
I see. Yeah, that's a really good thing to you should have the critical thinking. That is really useful for you and especially teaching career. Let's talk about the career. I haven't asked you yet, like, so what are you doing now there? Not sit by the beach, right? What are you doing
Yeah.
there after you got the graduated from TESOL? So what did you do? You fly back to Vietnam or what did you do? Let me know about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I flew back to Vietnam immediately, and right now I'm a lecturer at my uni. It's FPT University. I've been teaching here for almost 2 years, and I've been teaching English, both English major students and English as a preparation course for students of all majors.
I see. And before, let's go back a little bit before you get this job. So what kind of when you got the TESOL in your hand, you graduated already, and what is the kind of like job opportunity like? So one of it is you go to teach in the university, right? So what else? So what else the TESOL graduate student can do?
Oh, honestly, a lot of things that TESOL graduates can do. The job that I'm having right now, it's a very small choice that you may want to have. You could be honestly, you can even do something that is not related to teaching, but related to English. You can be a translator. They can try to, oops, sorry. There's a drilling sound in my place. I'm sorry about that. It
Don't
will
worry.
it will it will go off quickly. Yeah, you can be a translator. You can be even practice to be a host if you want to. If you're if you're very verbal and you like speaking in front of the crowd, there's a lot of things that you can try as long as a little bit related to English. It doesn't have to be related to teaching. You can also work at you can also open your own English schools or English centers. Yes, the possibilities are unlimited. I got a friend who graduated not from my school. She did her master's. She did her master's in the UK, and when she came back to Vietnam, she worked for the embassy. She worked for Sweden embassy, Sweden
Oh,
embassy, and she used English. And she, even though her master degree didn't really add up to her academic career path, but the English speaking practice and all the knowledge that she got from studying in the UK helped her, and she applied for something that's just different, but still somehow relatable to her.
I see. So like TESOL is like a big door to um for the job opportunity, that not only teaching, right? So
Yeah.
you also able to do some kind of like other job that related to English. Am I
Yes.
right? I
Yeah.
see. I see. And then
Related to English or where English can be used, even if it's not related to the language. But if English is used as a as a form of communication,
I
then
see.
that would be applicable.
Ah, I see. Right. And what about you when you go back to Vietnam and you apply this job? Do you need to have like some kind of like certificate to say that you qualify to teach, or it's the master degree? It's okay to apply this job. So let me know about it.
From my personal experience, no. But for some of my friends, surprisingly, yes.
Oh,
Because I was surprised too when they told me that when they came back, they have to do a short course. It's like I'm not sure how they call it, but it's a course for teaching skills, a very short course, because they work for it's a national state-owned school. So they work for a state-owned school, and they require a lot of documents,
I
and the additional certificate, it's one of them. But I work for a private owned school, so I don't need that certificate. So just my degree, it's enough. So my advice for this for future potential students who study abroad and came back is that do research on your dream school. If you work for a state-owned school, make sure that you plan for doing additional certificates for teaching skills. But if you want to work for a private owned school, you don't need to worry about it.
I see. So let's say it's depend on the job. They might require, they might not
Yeah,
require. for
Yes.
the certificate. I see. Right. And actually, I have a question here before we go. The students ask, what is the difference between study education and TESOL?
I think I answered it already. It's the difference is when you study TESOL, it's learning to teach English. You learn about the techniques, you learn about the skills, you learn how to talk to students, how much should you talk, how to adjust your value, how to check the student homeworks, things like that, small things. It's a very specific major, I would say. But education, you learn about the principles of teaching in general. You learn about teaching's different subjects, different people, different students. It's like learning the principle. It's a very broad. If you want to go back and be, an educator, if you want to work in the school board, if you want to work in the administration board or related jobs, it's something that you should do. But if you want to teach English, then TESOL would be a more appropriate choice, I would say, a better choice.
I see. So what's about like all right, we got a question here. How have you been acid, right? Teacher, please help me. Acid, all coursework and combined with presentation exam. So all about the process of your assignment.
Well, this honestly really depends on what school you study in the UK. From my experience, when I was at UH, most of my coursework were essays, about 2,500 words each. Yeah, so those are the homework, the assignments. Presentation, we did little presentation. We did only 1 or 2 presentations, very little presentation, but we have to stand in front of the class a lot, and we have to teach a lot and prepare lesson plans a lot. And I think that really made up for the presentation. If we have to do presentation, that would be too much. Yeah, but to sum up, so we do essay questions, including critiques and all kinds of essays about 2,500 words, and we do teachings. So those are all my coursework.
I see. So no sit down and have examination. No like writing.
No exam.
I see. So it's more like essay. I mean, write down the assignment. I see. Okay. Right. Another question here. So I am interested in linguistic, but I'm not sure I can teach English with linguistic degree when I'm back to Vietnam. So can linguistic degree back to Vietnam from your experience? Can
yes.
She can.
Yeah, a short answer would be yes. In Vietnam, I had a friend who did linguistics and came back to teach English, and be an English teacher. And yeah, you can still, like I said before, with TESOL, when you came back, not just in Vietnam, I think a lot of country as well, you can do a lot of jobs that is related to English, that is even just related to using English in communication. So your opportunities are very broad. And for linguistic, yes, you can teach, you can still teach, be a teacher, even be a lecturer at school, teaching English with a linguistic degree. That's definitely possible.
I see. And then what's about you yourself? Let's say, because our topic is about TESOL. So what do you think? What is the if it's a competition between linguistic and TESOL, why the students or the audience must or should choose TESOL over the linguistic? Why?
You should only choose TESOL if you are sure that you really want to learn how to teach. Because in linguistic, you if you love linguistic, if you love study the basic of it, really understand the language, then you should go for it. But if you really want to learn how to teach, and TESOL, it would be the best choice. Coming back to Vietnam, or coming back to your country, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to that is related to English for both degrees. But if you want to have experience in teaching, then TESOL is the one that will help you have the experience in teaching.
I see. That's really clear answer. So if you're sure, if your main point is about teaching, go with TESOL. But if you would like to know more about the language, you want to know how they use the language, linguistic might be your answer. But overall, job opportunity is a little bit overlap, like about using English. Am I right?
Yes.
I see. So what else, like what kind of job opportunity could you please express more, like what else, like not only teaching English in the university, you can even start your school as well, right?
Yeah, a nice school. It's a nice school. More of like a nice school.
I see. And then what else, like so you're also able to teach the students like IELTS or TOEFL in your home country as well, right?
Yeah, and honestly, even without your, I'm terribly sorry about the noise.
Don't worry.
Even without your master degrees, you can still teach IELTS. As long as you can prove to your employer that you're capable of teaching academic certifications like IELTS or TOEFL. You don't even need a degree, to be honest. A lot of teachers at English centers right now in my country, they don't have the degree, but they show the employer that they're capable of teaching those areas. Yeah. So the opportunity is open to them, even though they haven't got the degree. So yes, of course, after they got the degree, their chances will be even better.
Right. So I'll ask my team to check the question from the Facebook. While waiting for the question, coming up question, I would like to come back to London again, come back to the UK. How's your life as the TESOL students, like life back to the UK? How's it look like, and your life in UH? How is it? Let's ask know about it more.
Yeah, it was great. If I have to describe it in one word, it was great. So my students' life, I'm gonna divide it into my academic life, which I what I did in school, and my social life, which I hang out with friends and join activities. I was going to say that I joined clubs, but I didn't, so I have to change it a little bit. I joined activities. I wasn't a member of any club, but I joined their activities. They have a lot of activities, to be honest, a lot. One of the activities I enjoyed was it was more of like an event. It's something that's very British. Afternoon tea, I guess. Yeah, afternoon tea. They have tea, and they have like teeny tiny
biscuit.
Yeah, biscuit, and also like what's milk. They have milk in a teeny tiny cup.
Oh, okay.
And then they put the milk in. They also have scone and cream, right? I think they have scone and cream. Yeah, it's something that's very British. So I joined the event, so it's really fun. So we would try to, we would try to imitate them and try to do an impression on a British, a typical British, and we hold a cup like this with the pinky pointing up. And it was very fun. It was really fun. Yes, but and the our school, it's on is it a hill? I'm not sure if it's a hill or not, but
Mhm.
it's in an area that is not crowded at all, and we got a lot of walking area. So we did a lot of walking. Yeah, it was really great. Yeah, and my academic life is great as well, as I shared with you before. Our lecturers have been very helpful and very attentive to us. So yeah, the experience in general has been amazing.
Right, so University of Hertfordshire for the MAT, so is the one of the best choice if you love teaching, if you
Yeah.
love about English and stuff. Yeah, my last question, because as I know, you graduated just before the PSW visa. I mean the graduated visa, right?
Sorry.
The graduated visa. So
Yeah.
because you finished the degree and then you flew back because
Yeah.
you can't stay over, right? So what if you have that opportunity to stay in the UK to work as a graduated visa? My question is, can you work as a TESOL student? Can you work in the UK with that degree? So what is your opinion with the job opportunity in the UK?
My answer would be yes. When I was in the UK, I was referred a job. I was working as an English teacher for students. The levels were beginners, and they were teenagers, aged from 13 to 17. They are they're French. Sorry, French, and I taught them. They stay with their host. They stay with their host, and I taught them 1 month. Yeah, just for 1 month. It's like a short summer course. They went to the UK for a vacation, and they stay with the host and they learn English, but at a very basic level. That was my experience. I couldn't say for all. I can't say that there's a lot of opportunities and they can stay there long. I can't say that because it's just out of my my knowledge. But in general, yes, the short answer would be yes. There's chances for you to work in the UK. My lecturer, one of my lecturers, her name is oh my god, I feel so bad. I don't remember her name. Zaskia, yes, Zaskia. Zaskia. She's a German. Zaskia, yeah, she's a German, and she's teaching at a very high level at masters, teaching English, teaching TESOL, and she's not a native speaker. So I would say that for foreigners who come to the UK, study TESOLs and want to have a future career in the UK, I think that would be possible. But they have to make sure that that is what they want, and they really, make efforts and really try hard for that in order to stay, because they're trying to stay to teach English in a place that everyone's speaking English. So their customers are people who want to immigrate, or people who's working in the UK but don't speak very good English. So the customers are not the customer's section. It's not big. So I would say that the job opportunities wouldn't be as big as other majors, but the opportunities is there.
I see. Right. And my last question before we go today, my last question is, what would you give an advice? The advice for the potential students who watch this video, whatever in YouTube, Facebook, or in Zoom right now. What is your best advice for them if they would like to or thinking to study in TESOL in Hertfordshire University?
My advice to them is go for it. It's going to be a very, very valuable and memorable experience. But make sure that you are ready for it. Make sure that this is what you want, because once you go there, you're going to be by yourself, even though you're going to have a lot of, connections, and the community will always be there for you, but you have to do a lot on your own. So make sure that you are ready mentally, physically, and once you feel that you're ready, go for it. That is my advice.
Go for it. All right. So who's thinking about to apply to MA TESOL? Go for it. And Hertfordshire University is your answer as well. Right. Thank you, Lily. Thank you very much. And your background really calmed me down. I feel like breeze and sunny here in the UAE. Right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Lily. Thank you very much for your time. And thank you for your advice.
Thank you so much, Daisy. Thank you for having me. It's a really, a real pleasure to be here.
Right. Thank you very much. And then see you sometime. Right. And bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for watching us. Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, Lily.
Bye.
Thank you, Daisy, and everyone. Thank you.